post-match interview here at the Erie following today's 3-2 victory over Stotfold. James, games between Biggleswade FC and Stotfold are rarely dull, and again that proved to be the case today. Was a strange one because probably, I would say in the first half we probably had enough chances to probably be out of sight, and then a controversial decision gets Stotfold back into the game, and then all of a sudden we're on the back foot a little bit, and then Stotfold obviously equalised. But how pleasing was it to see us show that resolve to keep going to the end and eventually snatching it in injury time?
Yeah, well, it was a brilliant result in the end, and like you say, the game's never dull and always brilliant for the neutral, aren't they, when we play Stotfold. So yeah, I mean the first half we started really well, and we got obviously the first goal. We were on top, but we deserved that goal in terms of the pressure we were putting on them. Then we obviously got the second, which was another good finish. And then really, like you've just alluded to, we should have had a third going into half time. It was a bit of a gilt-edged miss really, and unselfish from Alex. It was squared across, and it was a good save was made. But yeah, I mean, as we know from previous games, 3-0 up, 4-0 up, whatever it is, the game's not done, is it? And yeah, but that could have made things a little bit more comfortable, I would suggest. And then yeah, the Stotfold goal was a bit controversial in the sense that everyone felt was a clear foul, and Alex pretty much just held on to and stopped from running when he had control of the ball. So it was a shame that the goal came from that, because we felt that was against the run of play, in truth be told, and that gave them a bit of a hope and something to cling on to, really, didn't it? And then they got that equaliser, and then we had a sustained spell of pressure again for the last 10-15 minutes, of which George, who came on as a substitute, made a brilliant left foot finish after some great pressing to get the ball back. So yeah, overall brilliant result to get today, and like you said, the boys did show good resolve to and resilience to get back after being pegged back.
Skip, was it sort of frustrating from your point of view after seeing us for probably 20-25 minutes completely dominate the game and potentially could have taken it away from Stotfold, to see us get pegged back? Or are you looking at it more from we've shown good resilience to deal with that adversity and eventually come away with the 3 points?
I think after a game you could look at it and reflect on it, but at the time it's very frustrating, because at 2-0 we were playing very well, we were controlling it. They had the odd moment, free kicks, but the two or three free kicks that they had, we've been working on how to defend them, and in fairness, on one of them the keeper's called it, launched it straight down the middle, called them 1v1, and we've gone 1-0 up. So a lot of things that we've worked on over the last week materialised quite quickly, but unfortunately you alluded it to your first question to James. You're 2-0 up and your striker has received the ball, he's been grappled to the floor. Well, he hasn't gone to the floor, that was the problem. He's tried to stay on his feet, so the referee's deemed it a nice footballing 50-50 challenge, but it's not. It's 2 or 3 of our players are moaning, they switch off, the cross comes in too easy, suddenly it's 2-1, then the referee's booking out players, but it's through the frustration of him, and I don't get all these angles. The linesman standing in front of me, he sees it all, you could just see it. It's just so frustrating. But answer to your question, yeah, frustrating that we let him back in, frustrating that the second goal I think is soft, but the resilience that we've shown, and we've scored a lot of goals this year in injury time, but that must be about the 5th or 6th now. I'm trying to sort them in my head. We've conceded the odd one as well the other week against Thames, so we're susceptible to conceding in injury time. But I thought the lads were superb today. Good. To be fair, it was quite a good game of football all round. I don't think you might prove me wrong now, but I don't think there was a poor challenge in the game. I think it was 2 sides that were battling. In fairness to Stotfold, at times they were playing it around quite nicely. So while they're probably labelled for their long ball, long throws and set pieces, they can actually play football. So you have to take your hats off to them. But personally, from a biased point of view, I think we deserve to win. A close game, not much between the 2 sides, but I think for the first 30 minutes until the ref's decision, we were worthy winners today.
It also shows the importance of going to the end with us needing the 3 points, and obviously looking at some of the other results, we see Biggleswade Town conceded a 94th minute goal to see them draw. So it is important that you do go right to the end, and sometimes that continued persistence is rewarded like it was today.
Yeah, again, we looked at the bench in the second half and you've got plenty of options. So if you look at our winning goal, I think Ethan, who hadn't been on 5 minutes, put in a brave header to win it. He went to Temi, who's another sub, who's controlled it. Next thing you know, Bailey, another sub, one-on-one. So the strength off the bench was brilliant today, but we've always been known for going right until the death. We've scored, down the years, we've scored so many goals in injury time. But again, we've had conceded goals. I mean, we conceded against Tame recently, Beaconsfield before Christmas in injury time that's cost us points. So there's a trade-off. You're trying to win games in injury time, but you are going to get caught every so often. And today, the trade-off paid off because I thought we deserved it.
James, Skip's obviously just touched on the fact the impact of the players from the bench, but it once again demonstrated that we've got, I would say, probably a stronger squad this season. I think maybe in past seasons we've had a good, strong 11, but maybe not necessarily as a strong squad. But again, having those options that Skip referred to coming off the bench, again, when a game is maybe not going how we want it to, that fresh impetus off the bench has paid dividends for us.
Absolutely, yeah, and I agree. And if you look at, like you say, today's changes is a good example. As Skip just said, the three lads were involved straight away. That Ethan, Temi, and then George, and obviously Chai then played his part in terms of some of the balls he was putting through into wide areas over the top, because they played quite a high line, and obviously when you've got pace that we brought on and energy, that played into their hands. So again, recognising those times of the game when to play those sorts of passes, which ultimately helped us to create the room to get the goal that Georgian scored with his left foot. So yeah, it really and truthfully, I know there's different scenarios where people are coming back from injury, illnesses, etc., holidays in some cases, but yeah, we've got a very strong squad, like you say, on that bench. Anybody really could start games or come on and off. So yeah, it is a very strong squad that will hopefully help us towards the end of the season.
Skip, just finally, so we started the new year 3 wins out of 4, so a decent return. Looking ahead to next week, probably arguably our toughest game of the second half of the season, with Hitchin currently at the top of the table. But I'm sure with our current form, it'll be a challenge that the lads will relish, especially with us having beaten Hitchin in the trophy earlier in the season and taken a point off them in the league here.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. Again, I've said this to yourselves before. I prefer when you're playing the top sides, because it's against the sides in the bottom 6 that we drop points off year in, year out. We've done it this year. So next week is a challenge, but it's one that we're going to enjoy, because ultimately, I wouldn't say it's a freebie, because you're looking to go there to take points. Ultimately, we're good enough to win, but you're playing Hitchin, who are top, who are in the middle of an unbelievable run. I don't know when the last time they actually lost, but so yeah, it's not going to be easy. But it's the sort of game that this is the sort of thing you want to play, get involved in football. So be 2 good sides. We're in the playoffs. They're top, so they need to win because they're level with Leighton. So they need points to maintain their league position. So yeah, they'll probably be looking at the fixture list and thinking they'd rather be playing other teams next week, but we've got to play them at some point. So yeah, looking forward to it. Bring it on. Hopefully decent crowd, and we'll see where we go.
Excellent stuff. Well, congratulations, gents, on getting another important 3 points, which takes it up a position in the league table to 4th. So let's say, as well as our game next week, I think you were alluding to when we were talking before we came on that there's some other big games amongst the higher sides in the league next week. So it's all shaping up very, very well. So enjoy the victory tonight, and we go again next Saturday.
Thanks,
Thank you.